I don't like it too.
Immunihiata is that no matter what, that will
I can be do where if Eloghosa make video, not they go there and analyze them. Then a lot of DBA say if I make another send me DM if I do my history.
Understand.
They are the one that are looking for me. If you want saga, will saga you. If you want saga, will saga. If I go say Wakana go reach Bini, I will follow and go there.
It's okay.
No, whether I get the Bini, we will know. That's how you people now made that the mic now to turn against us. That is what people are trying to do now. It's not because I know my identity. You people are the one that caused it. That the mic is now vomiting rubbish. What that the man fought against, he is not supporting them today. It's just some of the people who are trying to form the royal South. And I have seen what he has. I have heard what he has said, and that I didn't like. I decided to do my research and to say that this thing he's saying is a lie. Why people come to come and tell me it is not necessary? Well, how come I can't tell? Now, tell me which issue I want to talk. I want to talk. Okay, Bini. Was it only Bini that was great? The Esan people were also great people. Do you think the Bini Empire was the Bini Empire came to be only by the Beninese? These Urohbos were there. The Soko were there. The Anocha, all of them, they fought too to obtain the great Bini Empire. So I'm saying it, we be Bini.
My brother, I think
yes, Mama Kato.
One thing I understand here now. First of all, I go beg everybody. No matter what, let us try to correct one another in love.
Thank you, ma.
I beg. That is first of all. May we not wash all our dirty linens outside, because nobody knows it all. We are here to correct one another. If there's anything with me, I don't know. I believe any one of you can as well come up to tell me. So that's that. Now that one I say, make I just first of all beg for. Now we say this Asian people now they bring some katakata among us. Let's try to avoid so many of these things to avoid, coming always now and then to wash our dirty linens aside. Like I said, nobody knows it all. Or why for that's the first thing. And again, the other one, what would they talk about now? If you come to look at it, we know it wasn't only Benin people that were in Igodo, but the Benis were the ones that own the ancient Benin.
Yes.
If I thought they were, if I thought there were other settlers, I believe what they are trying to say, our brothers here, is that the truth of the matter is, if I thought there were any soldiers that do go to war, those soldiers, they were being trained definitely by the Benin general militaries of them, because the Benin people are the first, the people who owns the ancient Benin. So if I thought there would be other soldiers coming to fight war, because like that one, IBC people, they talk. When me I go, they ask, who train all those soldiers? You understand? The Benin military soldiers, first of all, who owns their place? These are generals that will train. It's just like we have our militaries today. The militaries over there, first of all, they fought the war. They are the first soldiers, the generals of the army. Where go come they train every other person that is coming under them. You understand? So na so me I say anula wo ikai mi awedo baba. Itebe ati we bi no de. Omi o yayi get me yare la we yare la. E o si e ya wo la yo bo we ko no mo me na for ma.
What I want to tell you is this. What I want to tell you, they cannot pressurize me not to talk about the history of the Urohbo people. I will not stop. I will narrate everything.
Yes.
by the time I am done, if you want to talk to me, you cannot threaten me. I'm not a baby. You understand me now? Okay. Yesterday, Esan invited me to come. The guy they disturb me, they call me. I just do little things. And not telling so we know that. Maybe telling so we know that. I mean, I aware. And many times you go and fast check what I say. When I say a thing, I will tell you the source of that thing. I have double honors from the University of Benin.
Now, Baba, me ya settings again, ya we me pa. Okay, boy, na na get some worry. Or my son or invite you. Who I?
Yes, the reason why I did that, is that somebody told me to just honor him.
Okay.
Because when he was calling, somebody said, this person is calling you. Why don't you want to pick his call? I told the person, this is what the person wants to do. Or when he went there, where at least on one way show where okay, do you have going with me? I did it for him. So at that one, I cannot tell you I cannot go because I've already promised somebody that each time he calls me. So that is the luck he has. Before you see this, I will call him platform. You call me, call him. I want to make call, where this person was the one I told you about. Just assist him. That one. But what I'm saying is this: whatever I say, if you disagree, you DM me.
Exactly.
Don't take my own utterances. You take it to life and trying to belittle me, to marginalize me.
That's the correction I'm still talking about, Baba Lao. Or where for me, even I got way I wrote the material committee you were. Wogan and Buhani would know it. Because Eminite only live at 1 year wabi big bona. Eminia do una, Emen Wakwana Bicano. La talo mayabe no bekage boari wune.
Mama, the history is the history. It's our history. It's our history. All what I have said, they are in the history. It's our history.
No, okay, palace mete when is get to come away because I say wabe honey bra. Here gele awe palace somewhere. A state no one. Mama,
listen. That land, Edo State, people owns that land.
Yeah.
Whether we are operating democracy today, people in every state. People owns the land in that state. Whether we are operating democracy or not, people owns that land. If I want to agitate for Esan State, I will go to the appropriate people and meet them, and I will explain to them.
Authorities, because the River Palace of Benikino is not having that kind of authority. That
land, Edo State, that land that you and I come from, people own that land. No, nah.
Wherever the Mabuwa can understand me, where can I expect where some other illiterates out there, where here reason a video.
But what I said is not wrong. What I said is not wrong now. If I want Esan State, I'll first of all go to the traditional rulers in the state. I will negotiate with them. Tell them why we want Esan State. I just wanted to let them educate them on what they will have done. There's nothing wrong in it now. For me, I want another state to be created.
Anyway,
Mama, listen. For me now, we are talking about this. This one is not history anymore. This one is governance. This one is not. We're not talking about history. We're talking about governance now. I believe that we should have more state from Edo State. Do you know why? The reason why I want it is not because I do not want the Enoges not to be under the Oba Benin. No. The reason why I would want more state to be created from Edo State is because of the federal allocation. Because of federal allocation. That is what I will present to the people who owns that community, that land. People owns that land. That land does not belong to people. I will tell them so that when we create more state, we will get more revenue allocation from the federal government. They will not say yes or no. That is the truth. That is the governance. Like the people that the Olu of Warina, who is now in Delta State, does it mean that the Olu of Warina does not recognize the Oba of Benin as his father? No.
Of course, yeah. I believe creation of states
it's more money.
It's not a thing that concerns the traditional institution.
But they have a hand. They have a hand, and they can also push that agenda. They can also push that agenda. And that is governance. Yes. If anybody is talking about agitation, the politicians too, the traditional rulers too, they will team up together. They will get it. Yeah, every nature school no. All this state you are seeing now. From one state they create so many states, like in the east, in the north. They are doing it because of more money, more federal seat. That is the secret. So they got what I'm saying is that they should go and follow the appropriate route. The method they used was the wrong method.
Exactly, they should go through the appropriate channels.
Not through the channel. If you take me to those state assembly, that is this thing I have said. That's what I will also say. If we want more state, there are politicians, the traditional rulers. All of us will form an alliance. We will tell them why we want it. It is not because we don't want His Royal Majesty not to control us, not to be the BC chairman again. Because we want more money.
My brother, this Esan state we are talking about, like something that can actually come to pass, that is a thing that can be actualized. I would have been a signature. But let them go to the appropriate authorities.
Signature, I beg. I know invite you come here, not to come and platform again.
Well,
don't come here. Okay? I'm a boy. Why? What are you doing in the platform of a boy? What are you doing here?
You might say they comment you. No, my brother.
What are you doing here?
They always come here. You understand? If there's anything, that's what I'm saying. Let's try to correct one another.
So for Urohbo people. Why are you sitting there?
No, Baba. No. Now this issue, people go influence them. May we not just they talk about that mic. May we forget that one. Also, in Naimi, I will go. Move for. Not be any. He do people what he
when I watch Mike's video, when I watch his video, and what he said, Mama, I don't care. I don't care. You cannot distort my history. When I see any video that Mike does, and that thing is distortion of history, I will come after him. Thank God I watched his video this morning where he said the Urohbo people migrated from Udo. I will force him. He will Allah woman Allah with him. The history of the Urohbo people is even more smaller. It's a microcosm of the history and the origin of the Esan people. If I can deal about the history of the Esan people, who are the Urohbo that I cannot talk about? Yeah. I'm narrating history. Whatever I say, record me, take me to anywhere, I will defend it. And that the mic, you tell history. No, you tell my boy. But no, don't respond. What do I come in when you're going? Why take my when you're going here?
If there are corrections, maybe as another person still looking, those things should be done in love. Now, that one me they try to talk. I don't want maybe we come they fight for our side. The man
okay, Mama.
Washing our
but that's not to occur. Please, ma. Tell you do people, it should not be analyzing. Mommy, and the honor. Tell you do people that you should not be analyzing my video.
Maybe not being a rock bar.
You are colleagues, or no by ya. You do people, ya me busy. They should not be analyzing my video. They should not analyze my video. They should not analyze my video. And let me tell you now, the you do people case for one. You can go and belittle your father, not me. There was some few months ago, I wanted to listen now because of the closeness that we have. I don't want the matter to cause for you and I. So that's why I want to tell you something now. Some few months ago, in Bitter Truth Life, I said the Ijaw people were part of the Benin Empire. Ijaw people, women a woman back. Bitter Truth, Adam Yoniao, women Metania, woman back. That is a lie. That the Benin, the Ijaws were not part of the Benin Empire. Then the second thing that I also said that day in Bitter Truth was that when I say something, I was telling them the source of where I got my thing from. I said it. Then where it is insignificant. It is insignificant for somebody to come and be citing sources of what he has said. Those two things he do people. I'm talking about he do people. Rip guys will record me and send it to him and his father. I said those two things in Bitter Truth. Go and ask Bitter Truth. Bitter Truth. Ya know eh. Rubbish. He do people or every mortal or every Eloghosa or tell me. You know go and watch it. Since then, then yesterday I have done a video. They started analyzing my video that I said the Beninese were administrators. Well, which kind of administrator they be? I can somebody say that kind of a thing. It was belittling me. And people were there. I just listened. I did not even talk. People were there, including Easy, on the later. Then lovely or digger. All now to send him a DM. If you go to my TikTok page now, there's something I posted yesterday. I posted comments, interaction that I had with one lovely or digger. She was also with Lizzie yesterday. So I believe that the reason why I'm mentioning Lizzie's name, they are truly easy. They stay away from me. I don't know that before. They don't know me. Okay, if I say something that I watch them. When they say something that I do not know, I do not understand, I'll go and do my research. I will not come to live. I can't be belittling them. To belittle me, it do people working. I started teaching in 1994. I graduated from Urohbo in 2012 in education. Why would I say something one little boy for because already you can do okay? Or I come anywhere in the Metamaba. I study every day. I do research. There's no day I don't read. I do research. Before I say a thing, I will get at least 3 sources. Before I say a thing, I will get it from 3 sources. So that when you come after me, I will tell you go and hold the authors. You don't have one guy with me. You never have to start me. What's the good story?
Sorry, sir. Good afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Please.
I say quarrel the ground, but not because of the quarrel make me come. Because this easy of a girl where you talk about. So at the time, I say now your friend before, so I don't feel talk for my matter.
Yeah, she was my friend. Yes, let me answer you, sir. She was my friend before.
I know, so now they always there together.
Do you know the reason why I still? Let me explain so that you will know now. You asked a very good question. I'm here. We may not have the opportunity of saying this thing again. Easy. I respect her. She respects me. When I wanted to talk about the history of the Esan people, we have both of us, we have our numbers. When I wanted to talk about the history of the Esan people at the time, that was when we had issue. She sent me a message on WhatsApp telling me that I should drop my live video, that I should not talk about the history of the Esan people, that I should drop it, that is what the Esan people do not like to hear. That's the genesis of our, we are not quarreling, no. That is the genesis of our separation. We are not any.
Yeah, we will settle ourselves. We will settle ourselves.
We're not the quarrel. We're not the quarrel. Then we started doing. Then when I was live, people came and were contributing talking about the Esan people. Then she wrote on my live comment. She was commenting. My live comment, and I said, "Easy, this thing you are doing, I don't like it. Oh, you have my number. And moreover, you cannot tell me what to say. What we were saying or what we have said were truth."
In that aspect, if she make that type of comment, she's wrong.
Okay, I'm telling you now. If you take me to anywhere, this is
yeah.
Yes. So along the line, the South, they now brought my picture and Juju. They placed my picture by the side under it with Ivie. And South, they started attacking me. I did not insult any Onojo in this land. I only just narrate the truth, the fact and figures. Then social media took my video and started insulting me. Social media blog started insulting me. That I'm a drunkard, that I'm stupid, that I'm foolish. It was Paul Water that sent me that video in the morning. So when I entered TikTok in the morning, I saw that blog. It was just abusing my personality, and the funniest and the most painful part of it is it was there. She was in the 3rd column upper. But she was there. I was shocked. I just rolled it back.
You don't say that easy. Since that platform not before easy, I feel say she not get much to say.
Okay, but people came here to tell me that I should not be talking about Urohbo history. People came here now. And is it that platform? I listen to them. The issue I have with this thing, the issue I have with social media blog is this. I had issue with him because when we were doing gubernatorial election campaign in Edo State, social media blog was supporting Aswin Godao.
Yeah.
Myself, Thomas Sakara, People's TV, IK, we were all against Aswin Godao because of Obaseki.
They see you now. They FYP. They watch you now.
Okay, that is
support Urohbo. Yeah.
yes. And I said, it is Esan agenda that I want Alex Sama to be the governor of the state, but not Aswin Godao because he has affiliation with Obaseki.
Yeah.
Then Eromosele, the same thing too. If you watch Eromosele now, we are cut and talk. Then
those guys they before like they support Aswin Godao then. Yeah.
Yes, the forces of nature, they know Koji.
OJ, with one guy they call Austin. Yeah.
Yes, these people were against Modo Okpebolo. And I asked myself, Modo Okpebolo is not an Esama. It's an Esama. You understand? And I gave them my reasons. That was when a social media blog can't get me bad belly. Me no. Until where you veil can't you don't know if Ive is talking, let her talk. If you don't fit relate with Ive will start to cost you Jonah. I have to let her pour out her grievance because of that Uromi first daughter, because of what she talk, because I know Kuku.
Yeah.
They talk. Now so to stay clear. So they do my own. I showed me that blog. It's I'm stupid, I'm foolish, I'm a drunkard. I didn't respond, I didn't do a video, I didn't do a voice over.
Okay, that guy that Uromi guy, so that stupid guy what they call social media. I don't know what they give
social media blog, yes.
Yeah. That guy that two-faced guy is stupid now, very stupid human being.
Today now me I'm surprised that is not he will come and be praising Modo Okpebolo. Hypocrites. I'm a man of integrity.
Yeah.
I'm a man of integrity. You cannot use anything to bribe me. When I see the truth, I will say it.
I don't like that guy. That guy when you just talk about, so I know they listen to that fool. I know say again a two-faced guy. They always
politics won't do that now. Now make they get groceries against me.
Yeah, I say you and when I'm Kevin, they call that guy, but I believe like Kingsley, yeah, Kingsley.
Yes.
They support Okpebolo that time.
Thank you. Now make sure that blog get groceries against me. We can see that video. No, me say I never cause any no Janice and Lando. I only just analyze it that the BTC, that whatever the Oba says, it is automatically binding on them. I just explain it academically. I do things academically because I'm an academics. Now I just analyze and I try to explain to everybody everything. This. The guy just carry my video. He say, if they leave here where it cost them, they don't hold down one, they can't hold me. Is that one not hypocrites?
You see, me I be person when be say, as you see me, so I know they forgive person. That social media blog, you don't use some derogatory statement like you get one time where they go like what happened for Benin when that courtesan time, the guy say why our Godfather not come out from inside palace, go attend to others and Sadrak go that time. That was a wrong statement. And with that statement, I hate that guy. I know they forgive him. I know I see some of our people they'll still go they get platform. I said, what do they do there? This guy a two-faced guy now. This idiot. It's two-faced guy now. This guy.
That's a young shock me. That's a young shock me. I see my sister for your platform.
If they address one stupid, you're sorry to say, I'm not saying on your platform as Royal Majesty instead of Royal Highness. I thought it was a mistake. He was still repeating it. Like some people, I get the way I tell they look people, How can you they address the guy, one guy, not even when no job for me now, he say it's Royal Majesty. It's not like, or him know what he was doing.
Yeah,
a lot of people, instead of Royal Highness. Yeah. Two-faced guys.
My brother, if you say Obaseki, if you say Aswin go down who win that election that time, as I go Benin, that if you let me go Benin, I'll go the hide. If you say
Mama need the governor, Mama need the government. Well, maybe we get our God. our Abba now, I know they because they hardly pronounce that name because they when they grow up, not be name when we say that they call anyhow. Easy just pronounce, so they say, now. Yeah, though, Mama, you need the government. We don't need government. It will take us 1 hour before we will chase everybody when the government has come out. We don't even to need them like that. Government they favor us.
You know, see, they go take Obaseki. Obaseki don't believe in that now.
My brother, why were they all out? When easy a platform guy, when a guy, a control guy, any platform, okay, everyone maybe you can't get beef for easy. Easy not my friend, but for her to comment for your platform, say she was totally wrong. I condemn that.
She's listening. If she says, are we told we're not a Bible communion?
My brother, you know,
I'm from okay, they go and ask where I come from. Go and ask the Atwebe family.
I agree to Baba.
Whether we are commoners. Go and ask whether we are commoners.
Oh, even nowhere near, I mean, okay, there are ways. Me way Babalawo, we don't
Mama will talk later. Yeah. You see, you don't need to talk publicly.
Kakabo. So, are you sworn?
Yeah, what were is very simple. They are part and parcel of us. History says that the Urohbos, they are the ancient Benis in diaspora. Diaspora simply means who are no longer dwelling or settling in Edo State anymore, in Benin anymore. That is what history says. It's not only the Urohbos. That's why I was trying to say just now that when we're talking about the ancient Benin Empire, we are talking about the Benis, the Sef, the Esan, the Ikwere people in that area. The job, 70% of the job people, they trace their origin to the Benin, presently in Edo State today. The Akoko Edo, they are still with us. The Yomo people, they are still with us. The Esako people, they are still with us. The Shekiri, they are not in Delta. The Isoko, they are not in Delta. Ika, they are not in Delta. Anocha and Ushimili, they are not in Delta. That does not mean that we are not one. We are one in the sense that there was a time their forefathers and their ancestors, they all lived together. And I said before, in the olden days, there was always a migration and settlement. If you and I had issue as brothers, what I would just do, I'll take my wife, myself, my family, and my followers. We'll go far, far away from you. We'll go and do our settlement. Likewise, that is what the Urohbo people did. And the progenitor of the Urohbo people is Urohwa. That is what history says. My own is just to tell you what history says. So, and I said that even up to the people in, I'm not even talking about the one, I'm only talking about the one in Delta State now. I'm not talking about the one in Bayelsa. I'm not talking about the one in River State. Ogun State. There are ancient Benin in diaspora in Ogun State. In Ado Ekiti, in Oudo. There, even these people, the Edonekwe, those were Benin warriors. Their forefathers were Benin warriors. The Edonekwe are talking about Edonekwe in Oudo State here. Their forefathers were Benin warriors. That is how they got that place there. I also talk about those ones. Even up to Ogun State, even up to Bayelsa, Rivers, the Ecuador people there in Rivers too, they are part of they trace their ancestral home to the present day Edo State. That is history. That is history. That is history. Look at what they said now. If you want to know, there's a book written. There's a book written by they call it the Reverend J.W. Hubbard in his book, The Zobo of Niger Delta, that was published by Gaskia Corporation Zaria in 1948. When you get that book, you will see many things about the Urohbo people. The Urohbo people were previously known as Zobo or Zubo. It was around 1938 they now changed the name to Urohbo. Like just now that they changed that name. Before it was known as Zubo or Zobo. Before in 1938, before they now changed that name, we now bearing Urohbo today. And the history told us that their ancestral home is in Ido, in present-day Edo State. Even Mike said it too. But if you want to know more, go and read that book, The Zobo of Niger Delta. The author is Reverend J.W. Hubbard, Hubbard. He wrote a book on the Zobo people of Niger Delta. That's what he said. And look at what he said. He said the historical origin of the Urohbo or Urohbo people is derived from various sources. It is said that the bulk of the various units forming the Urohbo people have their origin in Benin. They have their origin in Benin. Benin is where? It's in Edo State, specifically Udo. And it's not only in Udo, some of them were even from Benin City, Gobongo. From Benin City, Gobongo. Then Reverend J.W. Osborne, in his book, The Sabo of Niger Delta, published by Gaskia Corporation, Zaria. So when you Google Gaskia Corporation in Zaria, ask them about this book, The Zobo of Niger Delta, written by Reverend Hubbard. They can still give you a copy of that book. Then you go and buy. You go and buy, you read it, you see it there. How the Urhobos are really from Benin or not. It is in that book. The history of the Urohbo people is easier. It's a microcosm. The records are there. The other time I talked about the overview of Uweli, how in 1958 he went to the palace of the Oba Benin to seek ratification. I also talked about the Orojo of Okpe and the overview of Ogara. How the two of them, the Orojo of Okpe and the overview of Ogara, how they went to the palace of the Oba Benin to take the ceremonial sword in that place. I am not the one who is saying it. It is history. It is history. And in the book went further to talk about, he also went further to talk that the Zobo of Niger Delta propounded a theory that the distinct characteristics of the various Urohbo and Isoko clans are the result of the superimposition of Ijo, Igbo, and later Edo immigrant upon this disease already what in existence, speaking dialect. Already in that land, not today as Urohbo today. The people who were also living, people before Urohbo migrated and what have you, they met people in that land. Look at it here. He said, let me read it again so that people will hear. He said that the distinct characteristics of the various Urohbo and Isoko clans are the result of the superimposition of Ijo, Igbo, and later Edo immigrant upon aboriginal strata already speaking Edo type dialect. Confirmation that from Edo State. So if people come from a place, you now say that the people who left that place, you now say they are now senior. It is in the history book here. Then you went further to say that under this theory, they went further in habitat and blah blah. There, if you look at the word, according to Ikime, Ikime, he said the name bears a close resemblance to the Benin expression Erowa, meaning he is not at home. Frank used that Mike used to say it was Erowa, the first set of immigrants that left Benin to form Urohbo land is Erowa. According to Reverend Osborne, he said that Erowa is coined. That the word Erowa is coined from the Benin expression Erowa, Erowa, meaning he is not at home. That word that Mike mentioned, Erowa, it was derived from a Benin expression Erowa, Erowa. And in Benin, it means he is not at home. And he said, and one is tempted to answer the guess that, in fact, Erowa were folks who to be, Erowas were folks who ceased to be at home in Benin, that is fugitives from Benin. Erowa that Mike mentioned in his video. I'm responding. The reason why I'm doing this thing is I'm trying to counter Daddy Mike. If others are not talking, I will talk. That word you used, Erowa, was a Benin fugitives. to the Zopo of Niger Delta, written by Reverend J. Osborne, that was published by the Gaskia Corporation of Zaria in 1948. That word you use, Irowa, is the corny from the Benin expression Irowa. It's not at home. That he was a
very
Irowa.
sorry, oh, Baba. La wo wo why it with a great tea. Matiare ma. Iwa de na. La wo wo Baba. I know I'm going to take you a little bit back.
Okay, mommy, that's not a problem. What I said is this. According to Reverend J.W. Woosboard, in his analysis, he said that word Irowa is coined from the Benin expression, because I saw where Mike was saying that Irowa, E-R-O-W-H, you know, these Yoruba people get ready to pronounce that word. That Irowa was a Benin fugitives. And the word Irowa it was coined from a Benin expression, Erowa. E-R, R-O, W-A, Irowa. That word Irowa that Mike is using, if you go to his platform, it was coined from the Benin expression, Irowa, which means he's not at home. So Irowa was a Benin fugitive. The founder of the Urohbo clan today was a Benin fugitive, whose name they called Irowa. It was coined from, it was a Benin expression. And that's what he said. He said, if, however, the Irowa of Benin origin is there any, even the so-called people even agreed that they are from Benin. That was what the book, that was what Hubbard went for that to say. I don't want to be reading everything. I just want to prepare some things. Like what he said here now, relevance of this were folk. He said, in fact, Irowa, E-R-O-H-W-A, that is the spelling. E-R-O-H-W-A. Go and make sure you see there. He said, Irowa were folks, people who ceased to be at home in Benin. That is the fugitives from Benin. He said the Irowas were fugitives from Benin. But so many things he said. I don't want to talk many things. I want to talk many things. I say, and they fall their hand here. But the key word there is that it is clear that the Urhobos are basically from the Benin. That one has already been established. So you, Mike and I, there's a consensus between the two of us. Somebody's lucky star said, me, I am at home. Thank you. Irowa. God bless you. You are following me. Irowa. So Irowa, the Irowas were who? They were Benin fugitives. So that is that. I've started. I will continue. I will also tell you about Jesse. Jesse people, yes, this Jesse you are talking about now. It was a few years ago that they took Jesse away from Benin and gave it to Urohbo authority. Few years ago, Jesse used to be under the control of His Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin. Even if history even told us that the risk that some of those EVA took just to go and gain ratification in the past of the Oba of Benin those days, even some of them they will be attacked on their way going to the palace of the Oba of Benin, from Uweli, from Okpe, from Ogara. Sometimes they pass through villages that they had problem with. They will attack them on the way. Where are they going to? If the throne of the Oba of Benin was not significant to the Urohbo people, why would they take such kind of risk? Just to go to the palace of as far as Okpe Kingdom East those days, they will march. They will pass through the jungle and come to the palace of the Oba of Benin to seek ratification. They are coming to the palace of the Oba of Benin to collect the ceremonial sword. Somebody who give you sword, I can take the sword from you. They are now saying that those people who has come to take the sword is now superior than the person that is giving the sword. Is that not propaganda?
Propaganda.
The history of the Urohbo people is even easier. It's even clearer. So I'm not doing saga. I'm just trying to enlighten our people, inform those who do not know, those who do not have the time. That's the truth. I will tell you about Agbara, Abraka, Okpe. I will tell you everything about these people. People who left your land, the descendants are not telling you today that they are the senior. If they were senior, the Oba of Benin would have gone to the palace of the OV of Ogara to go and take his staff. Matter will go and take his staff. I will tell you the word OV. The word OV was derived from the Benin word Ogie, Enogie. That's where the Urohbo got that word from, OVA.
Exactly.
That's where they got that word from.
And again, just like you said, the Benin fugitive were the one that founded the Urohbo clan.
Yes,
right?
Yes, fugitives. According to Reverend J.W. Hubbard, that Irohwa were Benin fugitives. Yes, Erohwa. According to, go and read the book, The Sabo of Niger Delta, written by Reverend J.W. Hubbard. It was published by Gaskia Corporation, Zaria, in 1948. Is here. Under this theory, it is said that the original inhabitants of the area are today represented by the Irohwa, whose claim is what easier to accept, as observed by Ikime. Even Ikime, I think, is an Urohbo historian. Then even Professor Onigun Otite, 2003, also attests to it, that the Urohbo people came from Benin. They are descendants of Benin. He said, look at it now, blah, blah, blah. Even when the people were already, the people who left Benin were already living in that land before other people came to join them, before the Igbos came, before the other people came to join them. But that land, people were already living in that land. Look at it here now. He said, I saw with the very resemblance, be it a close resemblance to the Benin expression. He said the word Irohwa, according to Ihime, that the word Irohwa bears resemblance to the Benin expression Erohwa, meaning and one is started to observe that everything is there. It's here. That one can better an expression. The first inquiry, by the time Irohwa was already in terms of population, the smallest of the Soko, yet they regarded by the majority of the Soko clan as the elders. The Soko people see the Urohbo people as the elders. Look at it. They were documented. I'm not even talking about Dr. Igareva now, who also went further to talk about it too. According to late Dr. Chief Dr. Igareva account of Urohbo having migrated from Benin during the Ogiso, which migration he termed as being in successive ways. According to Jacob Igareva, he said it was during the Ogiso era that the Urobos left. It was during the Ogiso era that the Urobos left. And they say they left in successive waves. Successive waves means not be once, maybe 1, 2, 3 different segments. That's how they were living. And I've said it before, the reason why people will leave their father home and go and settle in another land is because they were having disputes. They were having dispute with their brothers. They will go away. That's how we got Igunuwa. Do you know who was Prince Igunuwa? Do you know who he was? Do you know who he was?
The right pronunciation is even Iginuwa.
Okay.
Iginuwa.
Now, the moment we will get there, we'll still get there. So that we'll get the proper definition of that word. Just want to be pointing there.
Okay.
It's there now. So, which would have been connected the further migration to founding of Urohbo Abraka, founding of Urohbo Abraka during the reign. Abraka, he said, during the reign of by Egbeka. Even Professor Peter Palmer Eke is an Urohbo historian. Even when he was trying to dispute this thing, he ended up messing himself up about the history of the Urohbo people and the Benin. Go and read a book written by Professor Peter Palmer Eke. He ended up messing himself up. When I read that book is about 730 pages. At the end of the day, I asked myself, it was insignificant to have read that book. The history of the Urohbo people, edited by Professor Peter Palmer Eke. In that book, you will find out the reason why they say Urohbo Wayo. There's a reason why the Urohbo people are referred to as Urohbo Wayo. Go and check that book, The History of the Urohbo People, written, edited by Professor Peter Palmer Eke. There you will see why the Urohbo people are referred to as Urohbo Wayo. And when you are Lilian Demi, I got Lilian Dweki, I get Lilian Dweki. A mini Ototoina, in me over you are, or do my own mini. But when they found out, they started calling Yoruba people Wayo. And now maybe where I get Kotona ya Demi, Ototoina, in me over you. Then Oduko any mini arriva.
Okay, this Urohbo na Wayo too, they there.
Yes.
How
I'm not
that
sure
one?
now. I'm not sure now in our Urohbo na Wadonia. I'm not sure no. Yes. Nothing happened. People were trading with them. Yeah, I mean, everyone for Ototo any I me you Toto any. Duko any mini arriva. It didn't allow where. Again, the Amuya. They're not saying that they are value people. Today, man. I will continue. I will talk about all the clans that made up this thing. I will talk about, but today it has been established that word Rowa, etymologically, it is confirmed that they migrated from Benin. That word Rowa, even Mike has attest to that word. I watch him now. If you respond. There is break. What about the coronation? The origin of Okbe, the Ovi of Ogara. The two of them went to the palace of the Oba to go and collect their ceremonial staff. Then the Ovi of Ugeli went to the palace of the Oba to go and seek ratification of his Oviship. And the word Ovi is derived from the Benin word Enoge, Oge.
Yeah.
So what have I done? I've come to say this thing that this man is saying is not true. This is the appropriate something. But that's quite well. I'm not doing a lane. Not doing a lane. You are my one. Then maybe a million who buy it. No, not say what get to. So, in subsequent this thing, I will continue from where I stopped. I want you guys to know that the ancient Benin in diaspora, the Esan, they are still with us. Equere. That's why the Equere people will tell you they are not Igbo, they are Beninese. Those ones, they know their rights now. I will also tell you the history of the Equere people. I will tell you the history of the Ijo, the one of the Akoko Edo, the young one, the Esako. I go over Nebode. It was during that again Nebode today. It was founded during that same period of the Benin Ida War. So during that period, they also found again Nebode. I go over in Nebode. So people that have the time to listen, let them listen. People that have the time to enlighten ourselves about the history, let them listen. If you don't want to listen, you know it all. You stay away from here.
Thank you so much. Everything is very clear.
Mama will talk.
When we are talk, please let's learn how to correct one another.
To belittle me.
Okay.
More than especially that you do people. Tell him to stay away from me. I've said it before. During the Benin Empire, the Beninese were bureaucratic administrators. For example, they were military generals. The Esan,
that's what they didn't understand.
Then the Esan,
like I said, even if I thought people were warriors, they were being trained already by the military, the Benin military.
Generals now, that's what I'm saying now. Esan people are not Benin. Yes, now.
And maybe Nigeria they don't understand so.
Because I want to tell them down because I have grudges against you. When you are saying what is right, I come and be saying it is wrong. I don't do that. My way I agree, but I'm not telling no bike. I'm not
because if at all, before anyone even came to Migodo, the Benin military have been there, which of course that train every other military.
Even this Goldsmith, during the Nupe, when the Edos conquered the Nupe people, the weapons were supplied from Benin. those weapons that they use in fighting to the
Yes, I
ROS.
saw all of it. I also went back and saw all of these things.
Okay.
Even all the weapons, that will tell you Benin were first of all the main
They were in
military
charge.
generals.
They were in
Because
charge.
they came taking all these weapons even during the Nupe invasion and all
Yes,
of that.
now they brought all those things from. I will also tell you those different guys like Gits in Benin. Where even the Arwan weapon too, it was produced in Benin. I will tell you the history of those people. The Benin were-
You know why some people maybe they don't understand the way you are saying it. Is that many of these Asian people they would not be saying, even while I was here, and one was saying we are fighter, we are warrior. So they want to put it as if then, if you not put it that way, what about the Benin militaries you came to meet? What about the Benin soldiers, Benin heroes?
Okay,
Heroes.
Mommy, better. The Benis were the commanders. The Benis were also warriors.
Commander in chief
and they were the commanders and the Benis were also warriors. Isako, we also have warriors in Isako. But the Benis were warriors, but they were the commanders of the Esan warrior.
Yeah.
That is what I mean by administrator now. That is the meaning of administrators. It's the same thing now. When you have
we are commanders of chief of army.
The Esan warriors, yes. The Esan warriors were commanded by the Benin warriors too.
Mama Mila,
yeah, Mama Mueri, I am to talk with him.
I give me to be married now. Oh, Mama Mamila, you do. Mama Mamila, you do. Mama, you do. And Mama Mila, I send you request. Mama,
I got Eloghosa with a very pizza because he may live.
You need to be a bunny. You come at Moga meeting now.
Hey, Mommy, that's
you are only water. I just want to phone. Now, we will be part of a comic. I mean, what easy when they in your job, my yard.
Mommy, but yes, when not soon. Yes, when not soon. But she was with her yesterday now. They were together.
But when we make a medical commendable, yeah, you can make a comedian, yeah. Yeah, when you read for I didn't hear a drag easy. Make me understand the yarn. That was already that way, that way. But at the end, now, at the wake up is easy to boy. Every cap. Yeah, company, they gather. But we are so more we're absent sometimes. Now, it is a soon. Not the middle of the outlook of the
Maybe watching her. Maybe watching her.
It is so soon. You know, you look away in Lao, my brother Lao. Maybe yes, Lao.
We'll talk.
My work on the phone Lao. That side of easy Lao.
This other guy too. I've told you, Mommy Mila, he do people. I can't will not stay there, man. Not stay there for me.
We're going to make how we are going not being on the
say you go on there. You
know your boy with my mouth.
Everybody know badge on you. You have rights. And on that, another mute of Baba. Why never can you come, madam? Say it or don't say it. Because when he was going to school and study history, you were not the teacher. And you did not stop history from school. So why stopping him not to teach history? He's one he go to school to learn. He learned it from school. So why are you coming here to command that? Oh, brother, we are one, we are not, we are, why are we fighting each other? Narrating history, is it a fight? I don't get that. So now, why do we have history as a subject in school? Well, the teacher are fighting against students for narrating history. School, sometimes the school days come, because history fight now, they don't go school. Because we are at school, a teacher teaches students class. Does it mean that teacher is fighting against the students? No, because he wanted to know your history. If you are reading history, you see the way by Eloghosa read history. If you by or a certain place, or a is that one the fight? At least if you are in the school, we are one. We were fighting against ourselves. So history become fight for you guys. When you're so speak guy, Abe Donti, Mugus. Whatever mucus and nigga Agben Ereba, we are fighting against ourselves. We better leave this history. So history not okay fighting you about Wabo, Wamaje school. History, a fighting you. Ebo, in Nigeria, home and abroad, I learn history in school. Today, I learn in school history, the school. How history become fight?
Many
You say the Mami no Yagwabana, you talk the part of Esan, not the part of Edo, part of Urohbo. Umafia Ibo because where there is a project motor, not the way because of now Esan the Yamagide valid. No, but you said it the way it is in history. Where these are people not from
valid.
Oh, damn it, mama, you ain't the Guarrier. Oh, my God, what argument you wrote on the floor party for?
But every master seven not be yati yagwale no be a mamma me let
go on the nego. What on me? Because I put a call. Mama, go on, the nego, go on. One of us, you know, one of us, I from when I put me at it. Only coming. So, even if history become a fight, you are but more than Sunday, can history not fight, you are but make an history not in so, make an history not in fight. Provided he said this to the way it is in the book. Down here in the SMO, cannot be all the party like that. I don't know why I got not working as well. My literature. Literature English, the number of literature, my brother, history, no.
I don't know here.
All the literature English, history. So I told that you were score one of our buyer. Why are they turning history now become a fight without we go? Provided you said it the way it is.
Yes, I know.
A platform where we go, no saga, a platform away. Who saga? It's true, Yota. Turning it. You know my name, you asking. That's what they come to someone else says on it. Come to Sonia Agben and Manaba. That's what they will say. You can get a mute some money, money commenting. You got to stop this nonsense. It's not good.
What I do my own. We're going. I mean, what I'm meeting. And this is when it's take being able to talk to the committee. I was so laughing what attacking me.
Yeah, I know them. And I'm mute here. Nonsense. Why are you school? The school not is come, eh? School not is we don't mind winner. But let them get up for your brain. Why are you school guy? Anyway, you're watching him. I will go on my phone now.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. How can you know by God's grace?
No, yeah, we see.
Yes, my own is to narrate history the way it is.
Yeah, and you are doing excellently well. Your history, the way you narrate it, they are very clear.
Yes, I was telling the source.
Yeah,
this thing that I'm doing now, you never can tell. There are people who are watching. If I'm a teacher, I have a degree in education in Uniben. I mean, I make a better job in Bania. If we are in Nigeria, if we are running, if we are teaching in class, it is my hobby. It is what I like doing. If we are 3 months, you are running, if you are doing, if you totally pace, you are doing.
And when nigga coming to Manaba, I thought they were good about people. But I could tell you so. You're not coming to your. You're not to come. You might think that will take for us today. You might think I'm going to.
Mommy, you're going to send me that video. My God, that will be people.
That's what it's wrong. Even though people
I'm a historian nowhere because the way you narrate history, you are very good at it.
Sister Mike,
Baba, Mammy, a bugger, this army general in Magagma, where maybe a man so understand the way you yaka.
That the administrators who say
they have to come with
you know the meaning of administrator break, eh?
They were administrators.
The general military, not be everybody.
If the Benin Empire were going to go to war with any tribe, it is the Benin that will tell you yes, we are going.
Yeah, because they are the general.
That is the meaning of administrators. They were the commander of the hierarchy of the military. They were the commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the meaning. The believe that
because the Benin people also, they were the people who owns the land as Migodo before
Yes,
others.
some people they are from Benin now. I'm not sure ancient Benin diaspora. Make sure all of them now.
Baba,
They were
I
also
would love to. I'd like to ask question.
signature, please.
Igbo people, they bring a reason and be the primogenitor of Esan. I would like to ask question
No,
concerning
that's not
that.
true, mommy. That's not true, mommy. We have done that one. We are true with some people. Anything you hear, apart from what Dr. Christopher Belokoto Kojo says, is fallacy. That man, Koji, has done a thorough job on the history of the Esan people. Of Benaya Yotoni. So anybody knows that fair way there, he ain't wasted time. I said it before, Christopher Okoje was former Minister of Health in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So that is a man with is a man of timber caliber. He's a man of highly integrity. He was an anthropologist. He was a gynecologist. He was an historian. He was an historiographer. And he was a prince from Igua. A double prince for that matter. So this job there's some people, any attendant or clear.
And you see, when you got money in the bank, there was
because not just that, I made my research
people
concerning this.
He take only a Esan warrior to climb up. On a deep bucket, the people got that.
Okay.
Esan warrior climb up in India. They got the Esan warrior. Esan warrior you do at the deep bucket, but if you have to name money, you got
hypocrite.
Hypocrisy that in my like a.
Is when I would remember a platform, who I all my question don't know where it's. No, do I invite you? Megan and Emirok by you, I'll get by Eloghosa mobile flash. Worry like so, me Megan rock back. On your Wasiena, you understand? I know they get any of this notification.
What they
do for that side?
I don't know. On our own, you have a million way. That's not what you do.
I'm here. Talk to me, Rooney.
We are here.
Comment ça?
Mama me like way. Mommy let God live. Baba.
Oh, Baba.
Like we get you with me, it is 10 minutes. You can't do 1 minute. Oh, Baba.
Baba, ma.
Eh.
If you buy only tower, Inyana, a deceiver, many of them. So you know, you claim what about women, but deceiver, why me, ya Banipia, or Junior Kala, or Mamma Mila Kila. We are the Niagata, Yama Distibu. But we are doing it behind. Because Eloghosa in defending on a history. Omarina ya deep okay, and the book and I had to be right. Wami a propaganda here. Esan warrior. Who trained the Esan to become warrior? Who were using them? Was it not the Benin?
Yes, sir.
If the Benin was not a warrior, more than a warrior, in trainers, can they be using the Esan to go to?
No, they became commanders.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
If you think the Esan was more than the Benin those days, Do you think they will let us go more than them? Because we are more advanced more than them.
Yes.
They are in our land, they are in our house.
Yes.
Yes.
Their house is bush. It looks like a desert.
Not
no,
even
no,
soldier. That's where all this problem lies.
Yes.
They will be calling themselves say warrior. Okay, now una still be India the yesige. Now una be
Matrimonial.
now una be Oba Kabaye. All the heroes that we have, all the ones that the Oba fought themselves. Now if na still be Oba we fight war. So all these things, because now that one they go they put for front. Without the Benin, who train you to be soldier?
When we not see it, near na do can you do? You not see it. You can't tell me when it boom. We are doing man. Over a while with me, here go discipline. I go no. I was here. Wa bizube. They are two here. Here do a wunya. Oba ita no. Binia ene no tala dia unu sef. Eme na I will be to baby niana. Baby niana. Mone. My platform baniga jive about a few days ago. Niana agwa. Oma wa no ona team no magba die palace. We tie Bolivia to be. So niana agwa viva. So here igwani o me mini ata and the mini ata na I has a TLA complaint against him. Emi na iko na ni ale complaint against the guy ni. Na me na persecuted no mikina discipline because we know ya here na ema. Do you know some of them were saying are you meyo wa wona ume are you meyo ya wa. Ya you meyo what that means we been wa ya wa papa gadi awi wa ya fe. Okay, idima wona dunane to bin why to buwa wo. Why TV police mo why ti mo ma court. Bege na na ka mi na why you meyo wa. Abi you meyo wa banya. Wa we ya fear wo ye. Palace wona. But this person is having evidence against him that you will use against him. Nde na meke ikita meke na ngwuji ana kungu. So oga sege video luwe get that way. So don't worry, only worry. So Ena Temeni has talked so very strong to them, the way I talk to them. So at the end of the day, I think they realize it. So they now leave petition because the platform in Menagwani or show later on the persecution note when I send it out. So now the beggar persecuted with what he said. If not, that might go kind of video. Beggar, Papa, you don't really know what to do. Just like Esan issue now. If many of us know what to do, I don't think they will be coming online talking rubbish. And beside that, they are on ground also. They are on ground, they are doing what they are doing. Okay, look like Iyeki. The other time I heard, Esan River. I'm not going kind. So you want the traditional rulers. Dana do bomienyo zo mayiwa. If the traditional ruler is not a friend with the palace, do you think he can react too much? There are things he cannot do. So you have to carry out some protest. You understand? Dana mayiwa. This time around, I don't think he can be able to talk now because he's a friend to the governor. What the Benin people need to do, they don't know what they have to do. You have to protest. Oni amudiakoi. Ego kunatana na emo waledu. Bisana. Amudiakoi. Because in here we have webu you should know that if you are fighting anybody. So my who you are. We market confront but they have to protest. Even if we're the palace or you every year governor Banya, every year governor is the Talabian. But they have a humanity history now. No university no are media now. Yeah, me munibu, yeah, wina. Apart from history, na atana, propaganda na. And here I see confusion. Because many niata, why I provoke him, then you do a table, if you do your fair. But David Utayi, wana kubuwa, ube, and I be petition gay, the new governor. The new governor, I think I'm a different friend. Department if you're doing, have in the bank, ye, or the rest. If you're doing, you know, win, if you're doing, you know, win. I think that one will solve more problem than fighting against these people in the internet. Because at the time you are when you are no ground, they are your boss. Where do I come here where Obama will be about? And I already. I have more about no respect on my body. That's the problem the people are facing. But in a university, but I don't know why they are not raising that. Okay, I can solve the problem. I could do solve it or to tackle solve it. Or I could to solve it then on one year to come away. This is your position. You already come away. You already respect you when. But where you could do solve it, you can never work area. But the issue of this yeki, individual need to look into that. They have to protest. They have to do something about that.
Wọ́n á fi fídíò ó wà